And happy homecoming day to our great friend Eugenio Suarez, who now plays for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And before I even get started, this is for you, Geno.
All right, guys, goodbyes only. Don't forget it.
Stop it. Thank you.
Yep, that is what he's kind of most known for, is spreading that good vibes only message. I know you don't really agree with it, Steve, but that's all good. But aside from that, great defense. Yes, he struck out too much, but got a lot of good extra base hits. And we look forward to his return. And I do have a few videos related to him as well. So look forward to that during commercial break. And Steve, how are you doing?
I'm excellent, man. I'm excellent. I wouldn't say that I don't believe in it. I'm just saying it's to me it's a little overblown, considering the guy was really only in Seattle for a couple of years. And who's to say that he provided better vibes than Kyle Seager, or you get what I'm saying. It's like I understand he's a fan favorite. I get that, but I mean, sometimes it gets a little, I don't know. I think it gets a little silly that he was like this, maker of vibes. But he's back in Seattle, and so I'm actually kind of curious to see what Suarez is going to do on in his return. Of course, I'm a little curious, but I just think that the whole Geno vibes thing is a little overblown.
Well, as I was getting my tablet ready and fired up, but those are good points that you did make, even though I missed like half of it. But right now,
I was just saying that it's a little overblown by the fans. Like Geno is this voodoo vibe maker. You know what I mean? Like he's like the all knower of vibes, and he's got to be this exalted character in Marinerville. And it's like, well, how do you know that Kyle wasn't a better creator of the vibes, or Mitch is a very good vibe guy? You know what I mean? It's like, I get it. He's a fan favorite. I get it. But it's like, all right, can we just calm down a little bit on this whole Geno is like the greatest thing, right? The greatest thing to third base this franchise has ever had.
I mean, he is at least he was one of the best. I mean, I would still say that it does still belong to Kyle Seager, but Eugenio Suarez is up there. Probably won't be ahead of Beltre, because Beltre was there much longer.
We also had Beltre, and I mean, it's like, that's fine. Like when we traded for Geno, I was like, oh, that's cool. But the big guy of that trade was Jesse Winker. And then, not a lot of people, like, he didn't come into Seattle with a grip of fanfare. And then, of course, he had a great 2022. Like, I'm not going to take anything away from it, but that being said, for a guy who was only wearing Mariner blue for 2 years, it's like he's got this exalted status, and I'm like, okay, well, yeah. I mean, I'd take Kyle or Adrian Beltre over Geno 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, that is absolutely fair enough. And well, we do have some clips to show for that Eugenio Suarez, and also I have a announcement, and Steve is very much well aware of it, and maybe my members are well aware of it as well. But I am actually going to show a trailer for my new nostalgic video. It is about the 2004-2005 Seattle Supersonics, when they last made the playoffs. Where they won 52 games. Ray Allen, Rashard Lewis, Luke Ridnour, Danny Fortson,
Vladimir Radmanovich,
Vladimir the Radman, Jerome James. He was my favorite out of all of them in that group. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to show the trailer real soon. And the video is going to be released on Friday, either Wednesday or Friday, still not sure, but the trailer said it's going to be released on Friday. But if you're a member, you'll be able to access it on Monday. So for $5 a month, or if you want to do just $5 for that month to access it 4 days earlier, that is your opportunity to access this video about a few days earlier. And I did send it to my members as well, the rough draft portion, so they get to see it and even provide some kind of feedback for it. But we'll show that probably towards the middle of the game, because we got because we got Mariners baseball, most importantly. And on the mound today, we've got Emerson Hancock. And must I show this picture? Yes, I have to. Emerson Hancock, he is going to be starting today. And we got Zach Gallen. So it's going to be a challenge because Gallen is one of the better pitchers in baseball, especially in the National League. 32 strikeouts to 8 walks, only 2 home runs given up, 3-1, 3.0 ERA versus Emerson Hancock, 2-2, 6.10 ERA, although I still think that the 6.10 is still inflated because of that silly Milwaukee game. But 15 strikeouts to 3 walks. So if you want to put anything for Hancock, only 3 walks throughout all his entire start. So that's still impressive.
It's incredibly impressive. The challenge that's in front of the Mariners is obviously Zach Gallen. Last year, very impressive, 17-9, 210 innings pitched, 220 Ks, and he started 34 games, including his postseason run. And of course, he helped pitch that team to a World Series. So as far as I'm concerned, any pitcher that's that can help your team achieve the highest of heights is somebody that you would have to pay attention to. He's going to throw his 4-seam fastball 53% of the time. He's also got a curve that he throws 25% of the time. And one of the things that you like about this matchup is the fact that the Mariners have shown a very good shown a willingness to wait for their pitch. So they've been drawing walks. As a matter of fact, when you start looking at walk stats, the Mariners are a top 10 team in drawing walks. So their ability to get on base. The question is whether or not they're going to be able to come up with the big hit and be a little bit more proactive with runners in scoring position, because the key to this game, if not the entire series, is who is going to be able to knock out their starter first. And over the course of the last 10 games, the Mariners have done a very good job of knocking out opposing starting pitchers. So to me, that's going to be the key to this game. Will they make Gallen work? And if they do, how long will Gallen be in the game? Obviously how many runs are the Mariners going to be able to score off of them? So very, very tall task ahead of them. Zach Gallen's a very good pitcher. So we'll see.
Don't forget, you have probably a motivated Eugenio Suarez, maybe nervous, but he's going to want to make himself look good in front of his former team and his fans that still love him. But hopefully we can say that Suarez may say, he knows us, but we know you. So hopefully that could be a factor. Although I don't know if Hancock really knows Eugenio Suarez that much because he didn't get to really play with him that much. He did have the opportunity last year, but an injury against the Houston Astros cut his season short, unfortunately. And he was off to a good start in that game.
Hancock. I thought Hancock looked good. I thought I'm the guy that I think I'm the only guy that thinks Hancock should stay up with the team. I'm the guy that doesn't think Brian Moog did enough to earn a starting spot. But that being said, it is what it is. I don't think that Hancock is going to be approaching tonight's start with any other mindset of going out there and doing his job. I'll say this. I don't think that Geno Suarez is going to be a key in tonight's game of whether or not the Diamondbacks win. That's what I'll say.
I mean, it's fair to say because he is like the 7th in the lineup compared to he would usually be like 3rd in the lineup. But let's take a look at the lineup. We got Ketel Marte, the former Mariner. We got Jock Peterson. I'm pretty sure. Yep, that's Jock Peterson. Yep. Gurriel Jr., Christian Walker, Eugenio Suarez, Moreno, Carroll, Newman, and Smith on the right field. For the Seattle Mariners. Josh Rojas, as JP Crawford is still out at this present time. And then we've got, after that's going to be Julio Rodriguez. And looks like the players have taken the field. Cal Raleigh 3rd, Mitch Haniger 4th, Polanco 5th, Ty France 6th. That's where I, in my opinion, where he belongs. Mitch Garver 7th, Luke Raley 8th. He's actually getting a start. And Dylan Moore at shortstop, who's actually filled in pretty well for JP. JP's ETA is projected May 9th, while Brian Wu is May 1st and Brash May 3rd.
Yeah, and I like the fact that Luke Rayleigh is getting at bats. I realize that he hasn't really done much this year, but that being said, you have to give him at bats and give him games to to at least find out exactly what you traded for, and also the fact that Clase really hasn't really stood out enough. It hasn't done much to warrant any more starts. So I like the lineup tonight. I like the fact that Ty France is batting 6. I like the fact that Garver moved down a little bit, and he's not going to be in the top 5 of the order. I also like the fact that Raleigh's batting 3rd tonight. Haniger's batting 4th. Mitch is kind of stuck. Mitch has kind of scuffled a little bit over the course of the last 10 games. While a couple of guys have gotten hot, he's kind of cooled off a little bit. And it's nice to see, well, he's batting 4th, but he's not going to be put in a spot where he's going to be counted on to, provide a lot of power. Maybe that might help Mitch a little bit to this evening. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. And looks like we're getting close to that very first pitch. And that first pitch is going to be brought to you by SeatGeek. Use that promo code Rooftop Sports for your $20 off, and we are getting ready for that first pitch going to Ketel Marte, the former Mariner, who was part of that Mitch Haniger trade. And here is the pitch, and that is outside for a ball, and we are underway here at T-Mobile Park. Ketel Marte batting .320 with 5 home runs and 14 RBIs. And now here is the 1-0, and that is up high for a ball again. Emerson tried to get him on that 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Looks like his fastball velocity has been increasing.
Yeah, and it looked like he started off Marte with a couple fastballs.
We got a pop fly going into left field. Who's going to be there? Julio's got it. He makes the catch, and we got one down already.
And there you go. Another fastball. This time a little higher in the zone, but he was able to get him to pop up. Good pitch.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah. And next, who do we got next to bat? It is going to be Jock Peterson, the designated hitter. I feel like he sounds like a former Dodger. Just that the name sounds like a Dodger.
He was a former Dodger, and he was also a former Giant.
And that hits him, and that up he goes to first base. Peterson on the first pitch gets hit already.
Yeah, looks like he got hit right there on the outside of the knee.
Those are never good.
Yeah, that does not look like it felt all that good. So,
Jock Peterson was a longtime Dodger, going back to all the way to 2014. Then he went to Chicago, San Francisco, and now Arizona. So he's been bouncing, and part of Atlanta as well.
Yeah, I was going to say I feel like he was a Brave at one point as well too, but I know that his brother Jace may have been a Brave as well too. So.
And now we got Lourdes Gurriel Jr. He is batting .300 with 5 home runs this season.
The guy that the Mariners didn't want to sign.
Yeah, then they have another opportunity. They had all these opportunities that on these players they really should have gotten. Like worst case scenario, they should have gotten Blake Snell. That should have been their worst case scenario, but it didn't happen.
Well, there was a lot of talk about how he's not really that big of a power guy. At the top end, maybe 20 home run guy, and it's like, he's already got 5 in 2024. So it's like,
the home run shouldn't be the concern. It's really just about if he can just play baseball anyway.
Sure. And
now we're looking at the 1-2, and it's a foul ball. Last 5 games, batting .417. Gurriel Jr. is.
But what's so funny, it's like you look at his batted profile and his his ex-WOBA, his XBA, his slugging are all in the 85th percentile. The dude simply just gets on base.
Here's the 1-2, and that is fouled again. 1-2.
Like there's a premium with guys that just know how to get on base.
And I got to look up Gurriel's number. Now you just got me curious. And now we're looking at a 1-2 for Gurriel Jr. And now Hancock, he's waiting for his sign, checks the runner at first. He's got it. Now here is the 1-2. And now here's a ground ball fouled again, and Gurriel continues to fight it off. And in terms of on-base percentage, he's at 352 right now. Yeah. It dipped a little bit last season. Struck out 103 times. He's a 100 strikeout hitter sometimes.
Yeah, but like I would probably think that the league average for a player in strikeouts is probably going to be somewhere around 100 to like 110, somewhere in that vicinity.
Yeah. You just don't want to be 200.
Right. Anything over 150 seems extreme. So if you're within 100 to 150, that's kind of acceptable.
Remember when John Olerud would strike out maybe 54 times? And here's the 1-2. Now here's a ground ball. Could be a double play ball off the second. The throw to first. And it's in time for the double play. And that is going to retire the side. Aside from Hancock beating a guy, he gets off pretty easy. And now a word from our sponsor, SeatGeek. SeatGeek is a mobile ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, and other events. They make the buying experience easier by the app ranking each ticket from 0 to 10 to see if you are getting a good deal, and you can see exactly where you are sitting. I regularly use that app, and I have had nothing but a fantastic experience with SeatGeek. Use my promo code ROOFTOPSPORTS to get $20 off of your first purchase. Link to the code, app, and website will be in the description, so take advantage, and thank you. Get off your wallet. Use Rooftop Sports. And actually, it's not really much of get off your wallet. Just use the dang code if you're going to go to the game, especially if you want to go to the remainder of this series, or if you want to boo Jared Kelenic, even though I want you to cheer for him, but it's up to you.
It's seriously, get off your wallet. Don't think twice about it. Don't just use the SeatGeek app or go to the website. Also donate to the program, and be a friend. Help out a content creator, and don't even think about it.
Yeah, and help out a guy that is going to give you some Sonics content, because we've got the NBA playoffs, and as long as Oklahoma City is around in the playoffs, that gives me opportunities to provide some Sonics nostalgic content to keep the Sonics fans happy, because we know the cycle. When Oklahoma's deep in the playoffs, that's when Sonics fans show their passion of like, oh, I hate Oklahoma, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, by the way, there's still plenty of fans that still haven't forgotten about it, and that will never get over it. It's like one of those things where it's like, there's a difference between Cleveland and Seattle. The NFL made the Browns whole again, and the NBA still has not done right by the city of Seattle.
They have not. And now here's Josh Rojas at the leadoff spot.
Ooh.
Now here is the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to deep right field. And that is gone. See you later. A home run by Josh Rojas. And that is a 1-0 lead. And just the first pitch, blasted.
First pitch swinging, get a fastball up in the zone, and Josh Rojas didn't miss it. I mean, when you look at where that pitch was, exit velo of 108.4, he got it all. And that was a beautiful swing.
It was beautiful, and it was just absolutely bombed. And what a season Josh Rojas is having. And Suarez, I love you, no hard feelings, but Rojas is now batting .327. Suarez, you're at .245, and now that is a strike to Julio Rodriguez.
Yep.
And Jay Trident is on the show. How's it going, Jay Trident? And Jay Trident, be aware of a trailer. You'll get to see it. Now here's the 0-1. That's a foul ball. And there's also a possibility that Jay Trident podcast may be on this show sometime in the 7th inning. But right now he's in that don't quit your day job, something both of us, all of us have in common.
That's right.
And now we're looking at the 0-2. Here's the pitch and check swing. Yep. He went through it and he struck out, and Julio gave him a little chatter like, did I go through? Yeah, you went through. All right, cool.
Yeah, they're replaying the Josh Rojas home run, and again, fastball up in the zone. And it's nice seeing Josh Rojas get extended and doing damage right out of the gate.
It really is. And now here is Cal Raleigh up to plate, and that is fouled back. And Cal Raleigh's been doing good, and Josh Rojas is on the phone right now. Is he calling his friend or his mama, or is he calling the bullpen like, hey, I just hit a home run? Who knows?
No,
Unless there was a mic'd up moment.
No, man, he's on the phone with Jerry. Like, where's that cheddar? Where's that cheddar, Jerry?
Where is it? No idea.
Yeah, back up the Brinks truck, Jerry. Don't even think about it. Get off your wallet, Jerry.
And now we're looking at a 2-1 for Cal Raleigh. Here's the pitch. And that is a strike. And you would have expected that. Enjoying your guys' play-by-play, saving me at work. Hey, that's what I'm here for. That's why I'm here for everyone to get through their work day. Of course, work responsibly. Like, don't just be on your phone completely. Use as background noise, at least, depending if your job lets you do that.
Yeah, good luck
I would
with that.
definitely save the warehouse workers. I'd be doing them a service.
Yeah,
here's a 2-2. And that is low for a ball. Actually, if you're a pizza guy, you can get away with it too, because all you're doing is making pizzas.
That's true. Yeah, but that's the thing is you tell people to get off their phones at work. Yeah, good luck with that. That's never.
Yeah,
those
days, no one gets
those
off
days
the
are
phone.
over.
3-2, and strike 3 called, and Cal Raleigh just tossed his bat. Sounds like he was disgusted by that or just in shock. But that is going to be strike 3. And man, it makes me feel, I feel a lot better that Rojas hit that home run. Otherwise, it'd be like, oh crap, 2 strikeouts in a row.
Well, right. But I mean, it's, there was a questionable call called strike 3 on Julio at the top of the zone that may have looked out. And then of course, on that one right there, a little bit on the outside corner of the plate. And and it just lets you know that there's going to be a very liberal strike zone tonight where, at the top of the zone on the outside corner of the plate, you're going to get those calls.
Sometimes I'd like to say that because the angle of that camera isn't exactly at the best angle, and that just pushed back Mitch Haniger, and that's a ball.
Is it me or does? Go ahead.
Sometimes you can't really get the best of that strike zone since the angle of that camera is slightly slanted away.
Yeah, it's a little offset, but it's still a pretty it's still a pretty good angle.
Good indicator.
You can still see the entire coverage of the plate.
Regardless, I do not envy an umpire's job. Now here's the 1-2.
Not anymore.
I wouldn't even. I have like the 0 attention span to even handle that job.
No, I mean but it's the human error, right? I mean, in the minor leagues, they got computer-aided strike zones, right? So the actual ump is there just to make the out calls, but at the major league level, they haven't instituted those computer-aided strike zones.
Now we're looking at the 2-2. Here's the pitch, and now here's a fly ball to center field, and that is caught, and that's going to retire the side. Maybe we'll see Eugenio Suarez for the next inning, so let's get prepared for him. Here is a clip of a play-by-play of Eugenio Suarez. Come up with a sacrifice of anything, and here's the...
All right, guys, goodbye.
And then Andres Munoz blew it in the 9th, and the Mariners blew it in extras. They really should have won that game, and that was one of those games where Teoscar Hernandez let a ball through, and I remember I actually did a YouTube short on that saying Teoscar bobbled it carelessly. It looked really bad.
I remember that game. That's funny how that ended. The magical 2023 Seattle Mariners. That's a good clip, though. That's a good clip. Oh, hey, by the way, did you happen to notice that Zach Gallen has this Madison Bumgarner look going? Like,
he really does. Yeah, that's a good point.
I really do believe Zach Gallen is really stealing Bumgarner's, look hard. He's rocking it.
I mean, weren't they teammates last year? So maybe that's where he got it from. So maybe he's trying to carry that legacy or something.
I just think Gallen looked at Mad Bum and said, you know what? I really like this. I think I think I can take what you're doing and take it to the next level.
And now we are back from the break, and looks like it's going to be Christian Walker up to the plate. And Trident, I won't give him a pass. They got to score no matter who the pitcher is. And now we got Hancock. He's getting ready to go. He's got 12 pitches in. Top of the second. Here is the pitch. And that is in there for a strike.
Every time
Christian Walker.
Go ahead. Sorry, man.
Christian Walker's batting .260 with 4 home runs and 17 RBIs. Also a former member of my fantasy baseball team from last year. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 2. And you were saying?
Every time I think about Emerson Hancock, I think about the Family Guy spoof of the Declaration of Independence. I don't think I can say it on the air, but I just always like every time I hear the name Hancock, I giggle.
When it's Hancock, I always think of John Hancock, no matter what. Now here's the 0-2, who had the most fancy signature you'll ever see.
Yeah. John Hancock, you mean Herbie Hancock.
1-2. Now here's a line drive, and that is going to drop for a base hit, and Christian Walker gets on with a single, and depending how this inning goes, we may see Eugenio Suarez, and actually, speak of the angel.
Oh, and let's your boy.
Listen to it. Yep, he's giving Cal Raleigh a hug.
Here's
Good
your
vibes
boy.
only sign up there. Wasn't prepared for that at all.
Yeah,
Suarez is looking happy.
Yeah, this wasn't Junior coming back to Seattle with Cincinnati.
No, not even close. And then that is a strike, and Eugenio Suarez saying, "Hey, Suarez, we love you. I still love you, but I hope you strike out like you always do. So make that happen." And now we're looking at the 1. Now here is the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 2. And that is the Suarez that we also know and love. Swings and hacks at everything.
Dude, he came out of his shoes on that swing.
214 strikeouts last season. Just 3 above Teoscar. Here's the 0-2. And that's strike 3 called. Goodbye, Suarez. Suarez, I love you, but
and by the way,
happened for you.
And that pitch looked like it was a good half foot outside, a half foot off the plate. And of course, since this is all about pitch framing at this point in the era of Major League Baseball, he got the call third strike.
And Suarez, this is for you.
All right, guys, goodbyes only. Don't forget it.
Stop it.
Thank you.
That's just for you. Good vibes only. He's still showing the good vibes by striking out for the Mariners.
Yeah.
Nothing ever changes. He struck out on 3 pitches too.
Yeah, he did.
Here's the 0-1, and that is a strike.
Good pitch right there by Hancock, right at the lower half on the outside corner. Very good location with that pitch.
Current homestand. They're playing against Arizona, and then they're going to play Atlanta on Monday for Jared Kelnick's return. And we all know that's what that's going to be, unfortunately.
I would probably think Jared is going to get booed.
I mean, he's already said he loves the whole Braves like tomahawk thing, so that's already an easy one right there. 0-2.
Yeah.
And that's a ball. And he threw shade at the organization on Instagram and everything, even though I was like, you know what, Jared, I don't blame you. More people need to know about how you feel.
Yeah, I just, like anybody that takes pot shots leaving town deserves to get booed. But
when it's the Mariners, I think it's okay. And looks like we got a double play ball, throw to second, throw to first, and it's in time for the double play. And the Mariners get out of the inning. And Suarez, thank you very much for contributing to that.
Yeah.
We go to the bottom of the second. And
yeah, when was the last time that Mariner fans turned on a dime on a player as quick as Jared Kelnick?
A-Rod, they turned him quick.
Yeah, but that was different though. That was a lot different. I'm just saying it's like a homegrown guy like Jared Kelnick who had the love, came up with so much fanfare, and then and it turned on a dime when he was still here though. You know what I mean? After the first couple of years coming into 2023, people were a little skeptical, and of course he fell off in May. And then, once he kicked the water cooler, it was like that.
That was it. Yeah.
That was it. They turned on him. You can understand why fans would turn on A-Rod because, he kind of lied. But that being said,
it was still a mishandled situation. I mean, doesn't everyone like to say, like, when they're in their current job, like, oh, yeah, I would like to stay. And then something else pops up with $252 million practically out of the blue.
Yeah, like
that was
A-Rod. Yeah, but A-Rod constantly said that he wanted to win. And then all of a sudden it's like, I remember when I heard rumors of Texas and I was like, if he takes Texas's money, it's 100% about the money. And then of course he took the money, and then he took the money. And so, it was insulting for Mariner fans. But that being said though, Jared was, that hot prospect, man. And I remember, Mariner fans talking Jared up when he was still in Double-A, and it's like, dude, okay, cool. So there was that extra added pressure when he finally got called up, and I was like, yeah.
And I know of Jared. I know his behavior well because I have pretty much the same thing as he does, is putting pressure on self so much. So that's why I will not boo him, because we have a very similar personality. Sometimes I feel if Jared and I were to like hang out sometime, it's either gonna go two ways. Either we're gonna get along really well, or we're just gonna argue at each other's faces because of our personalities are too similar. And here's Polanco.
I heard that Jared was one of those bros. You know what I'm talking about? He's like one of those frat bros. That's it. That was his personality. He was kind of one.
The hair kind of gives it away. I will say.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. That's right. But
the hair and that headband.
I heard that he wasn't really that great of a guy.
I mean, that's what maybe some would say about me anyway. And now here is. Oh nope! It's gonna be a talk on the mound.
Yeah.
And let's see. If I had 10 concurrent viewers on my YouTube side, I would totally be showing the trailer. I mean, I'll probably show it twice anyway. So I think I'm going to do it after this inning. And that's even before I even show my other ads.
Hey, what's going on, Zafori? Good to see you.
Yeah, I'm Zafori, one of the moderators here. And here's the pitch.
Yeah, for sure.
And up high for a ball. We got a 2-1 count. Jorge Polanco is sitting at 161. Gallons at 18 pitches. Pretty efficient so far.
Sitting in a 2-1 count. So,
and now here is the 2-1 pitch. And that is a strike. And Suarez did get the ovation. It wasn't an earthquaking kind of ovation, but it was like a nice, short and sweet one. Gave Cal. So it was a good moment. And now here's the 2. But nothing will ever the Griffey return ovation.
No. Yeah, I was there at the ballpark for Junior's return, and it was unbelievable. It was it's
3-2. It was ground ball foul. Yeah, it was
a homecoming.
It was a homecoming, and everyone cheered.
Well, they
had a ceremony.
Well, right, but before you even step into the batter's box, you're taking a curtain call. You know what I mean?
You really are, yeah.
Yeah, that's what went down, and it was a great moment. And then in 2009 when he came back and played, and the first homestand of the season, the first night
at bat was also a kaboom.
Yeah, for sure. It was.
I remember when Mike Zunino returned, and I was there for that. I think it was also the same day as Edgar's Hall of Fame induction ceremony. The Mariners, PA, tried to hype up the ovation for Mike Zunino, and here's the pitch to France, and that's a strike. They tried to hype up the ovation, but maybe half the fans were knew what was going on, because I don't think enough fans really cared that much about Zunino, unfortunately. Here is the 0-1. And that is a ball. So I gave the ovation because I was like, he did do what he could, considering that he was called up as a raw meat.
Right. He was rushed, and he was put in a situation he wasn't ready to handle, wasn't responsible enough to handle. But the Mariners needed offense at the time, so he was called up. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Is I always thought Zunino was a little underappreciated.
He really was. And then here's a ground ball right to the first baseman. That's Walker. And that is 2 outs already by Ty France. And taking a look at Zunino's thing was, oh my God, he was drafted in 2012 They completely bull rushed him throughout the A- and AA. He skipped 2 levels. Granted, he was good.
Did you say A-?
He was an A-.
Yeah, it's lower A.
Yeah.
It's lower A. Yeah, lower A rookie ball.
And here's Mitch Garver up to the plate. That is outside for a ball.
Yeah, no, he was rushed, though. He was.
And then when he hit that home run on that homecoming that no one paid attention to, and we await another pitch. Here's the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to deep left field. And that is gone. A home run by Mitch Garver. That is the second home run by the Mariners. It took a long time to figure out if he actually did hit the home run, but he does. And it is now a 2-0 game.
Hey, by the way, what's Garv sauce? I still have no idea what that is.
Me neither.
Garv sauce, but I guess there was some Garv sauce right there. And he gets a fastball right out over the middle of the plate. And it's like, I don't care if you're struggling at all. Like, if you get a fastball that's literally built high right in your wheelhouse, you're going to hit that pitch. So,
and a fan caught it. Congratulations. I don't know if he caught it. He probably just picked it up. And now here is Luke Raley. And now here's another fly ball to deep right field. And it is caught. I just pulled a Dave Sims.
Yeah, I'll say this, man. There's only been two times in my lifetime that I've ever gotten misty when it comes to Mariners baseball. Like where, I had, some mist going on. And that was when Junior scored the winning run to beat the Yankees in 95, and then Junior's homecoming. And that was pretty much it. Those were, Junior was my boyhood hero. Right. So it was I still get a smile every time I think of Junior's homecoming.
Junior, and back. I forgot to finish the Mitch Garver interrupted my story, but when Mike Zunino hit that home run as a Tampa Bay Ray, I was literally the only fan. I can't say only fan. I was the solo fan that actually cheered like really loud, and all the Mariner fans just started looking at me like, what are you doing? I was like, it's Mike Zunino. He hit a home run. And they just like, they still gave me that disgusted look.
Yeah. I mean, you can say only fan. You're not on OnlyFans, but you can say you're the only fan.
But it's kind of tarnished now at this point.
Well, I mean, it's not like you have an OnlyFans. So
I will say I was the fan that cheered the home run, and fans are like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
what kind of fan are you? But it was a 2019 season where everything was lost. The only thing you were really watching in 2019 probably was J.P. Crawford and Jared Kelenic and Julio in the minor league system. It's not like anyone cared if they win or lost that season.
I'll say this though. I mean, it's like, if you're I don't have any problem with that, considering that when he was here, he was still a fan favorite. And, just because he leaves the organization and comes back on his first trip to Seattle and goes deep, that's actually kind of a nice moment for Mike.
I thought it was, and it was a very under the cover moment, unfortunately. If Suarez hit that home run, I think social media would have blew up.
If he goes, by the way, if he goes deep in any of these 3 games, Mariners Twitter is going to go off.
It will go off. We're going to be like, good vibes only, even if we lose. And we are looking at a low for a ball, 1 and 2.
Oh, Zafori. Yeah.
Zafori has all those facts. It's like
I know.
A dictionary, like an encyclopedia. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. And look at Hancock; he is looking pretty good so far.
And by the way, he struck out Corbin Carroll, which is not exactly the easiest thing to do.
Yeah,
he's gotten 2 double plays tonight. So yeah, he's doing what he's supposed to do, and I like the fact that he's throwing some ground ball outs tonight.
He's throwing ground ball outs, and the only mistake he made was hitting a guy.
Yeah,
he's only given up 1 hit so far.
And
now we are. We got Kevin Newman. Here's the pitch. And that is fly ball popped up, and that should be playable depending on that angle. Ty France makes the catch. Viva la France, who did hit the home run the other day, which was yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. That was his first of the year. It's nice to see him finally get on the board.
What a fun fact right there.
Well, actually, here's the thing, is that might be true, and I would argue that it still is kind of a fitness platform. Maybe not the fitness that everybody thinks when they hear the word fitness, but it's still a fitness platform.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, come on. Now here is Pavin Smith, and that is a strike.
I can say that I've never, ever, ever watched OnlyFans. Not my cup of tea.
Nah. And now here is the 1-1. And that is fouled. Or no, oh no, it's fly ball to left field.
Playable.
And that is caught immediately in a 1-2-3 inning. And everyone, this is my moment to show you a trailer, a sneak preview of the nostalgic video of this 2004-2005 Seattle Supersonics. That was the last time they made the playoffs. Here's the trailer. The Sonics squared off against the Sacramento Kings in the first round and easily defeated them in 5 games. A few key moments in that series was not only Ray Allen scoring 45 points in Game 4 of the playoffs,
Allen eyes it. Oh, Ray Allen!
But also a surprising play in center Jerome James, whose numbers exceeded his normal regular season numbers. At the end of games, he would wear a garbage bag like a cape, reminiscing his time when the Sacramento Kings cut him after the 1998-1999 season, when he was given a garbage bag. So if you want to see that video on Monday, join my membership for just $5 a month. And again, you can use it for that $5 for that month and cancel. I'm not telling you to do it for a whole year, but it's for this video. If you're okay with waiting, May 3rd is that release date. And I did complete it. I'm just going through rough draft and proofreading from other friends, including Steve. The only thing I'm probably going to change is probably some of the font choices that I made throughout the video. So we'll see.
Yeah, that was a I'll say this about the 2004-2005 Seattle Supersonics was a season that came out of nowhere. When you looked at the roster from top to bottom, you didn't really see a playoff roster, but they exceeded expectations that season. And it was nice to see the Key Arena packed late in the season, reminiscent of the mid-90s. And that was sorely lost when Mr. Starbuck, Howard Schultz, took over and the team dropped off considerably. It was nice to see Seattle come back and support those Sonics.
And now here's the pitch to Dylan Moore, and that is a foul back. And yeah, no doubt about it. And sadly, as a kid, that was my only actual experience watching the playoffs, other than maybe watching a little bit of Vin Baker. And now here's the pitch. That's a foul ball. And I remember my dad told me how much he hated Vin Baker, even in his prime, because he saw it in him that when he's on, but when he's off, oh my God, he's off.
Well, poor Vin was dealing with he had
alcohol problems more than anything. And a strike 3 and a throw to first. And it's in time. But it is good to see Vin Baker back on his feet. Not only did he become a manager at Starbucks by Howard Schultz, who gave him the opportunity. You got to give him hats off for that, because it does take a lot of will to be willing to do something like that. But now he's, I think at one point he was a coaching staff. I think he may still be the coaching staff of the Milwaukee Bucks. So he's still very much at work.
What was I going to say? I remember when he got traded to Seattle, and he looked great. I mean, fitness wise, he looked great, played great. And then it just seemed that the next season when he came in, he looked like he was
he let himself go.
Yeah, it looked
just
like he was out of shape.
Just like Shaq in the lockout let himself go. Sean Kemp let himself go. The guys that were traded for each other all let themselves go. Here's the 0-2. And some say that Kemp had weight problems even with Seattle.
in Sean's case, he got traded to Cleveland, and I think that would make me drink too.
And eat a lot of food out of depression. And here's the one too.
I got a little love for Cleveland, but no, I think I got a tremendous amount of love for Cleveland. But in those days, that it wasn't a secret that a lot of players drank a lot.
And a fly ball to center field, and that is caught in center field. And we got 2 down already. Josh Rojas is down. And Clayton, looks like you're the new guy. Who's going to win today's game? I don't know. It's looking good for the Mariners, but we still got another 6 innings to go. Yes, Ray Allen, Antonio Daniels. Antonio Daniels was that 6-man shooter, backup point guard, shooting guard combo. Nick Collison, the hustler off the bench. Now here's Julio Rodriguez batting 0 for 1 so far. Here's the pitch. That is up high for a ball. And one thing I got to give it to Nick Collison was one of the radio hosts, Jim Traber in Oklahoma, tried to say, "Why are you talking crap about Oklahoma? Why do you like Seattle more?" And Nick Collison's like, "What are you talking about? No, that's not what I said." Here's the 1-0. Yeah. And that is fouled.
That's the thing. It's, I think Nick still has a house up in the Seattle area.
No, he still does. Yeah, he lived in Seattle throughout his entire time in Oklahoma.
Yeah. He was he loved the Seattle area. And when the Sonics were ripped, he was vocal about it.
He was vocal. He was, if only his name was as big as Kevin Durant to be able to get even further.
And that was, that to me was, and I understand why he didn't. He was the face of the franchise, and you're not going to bite the hand that feeds you. But that being said, it would have been nice for KD to say something.
He couldn't. I think Clay Bennett literally ordered him to be like, "No, keep your mouth shut. The only thing you'll be talking about is how good your rookie year is."
Yeah, well, in that year, the players were off limits to the media.
They were. Now here's a drive base hit to center field, and Julio gets on with a single.
Extended right there, and he was able to drive that ball into center field. My question to you, though, is, what happens if Hancock goes 7 tonight and, doesn't give up a run and has gives up 4 hits and
a lights out performance against the decent offense?
Yeah.
Either 6-man rotation, or maybe you smooth Woo into the bullpen. I don't know, because it depends. Because Woo looked good in minor leagues, but don't forget that's just minor leagues. But
yeah, well, right, you're right. It's that's exactly right. I don't know, man. It's like I hope Hancock makes it a very difficult decision.
It'll definitely get Mariner fans to fight each other. And now here's the pitch to Cal Raleigh, and here's a fly ball to deep right field, and that is fouled.
Foul. He got it all though, didn't he?
He did.
just a little out in front of it, though.
He was so close to number 7 on that one. Cal Raleigh has 145 WRC plus, way above the average.
Oh yeah, for sure. I have a feeling he's going to hit his jersey number in home runs this year, 29. I have a feeling he's going to be a 30. He's going to be a 30 guy this year.
I would think he's a 30. No, I think he is a 30 home run type of guy. Now here's the 0-1. Here's a ground ball, double play ball. No double play. Well, it's a 2 outs anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that was like ground ball to second.
Well, that's going to end the inning, and at least Julio got on base with a single. And it looks like we got some more Sonics comments. Luke Ridnour, I liked Luke. He was that nice, solid point guard. He wasn't great, but he wasn't bad.
Because I remember there was a time, it was Luke Ridnour's rookie year. They also brought in Dan DeCow, the former Gonzaga.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And it was like for a cup of tea. But the thing about it is like I remember DeCow playing like better than Ridnour at the time. And then they ended up cutting DeCow for some reason. And, of course, Luke ended up getting a bulk of the minutes. And, of course, they were going to do that anyways because Luke was a first-round pick. But
didn't say anything about Dan DeCow. I looked at the transactions. I don't know if that's what it was. Maybe it was a different point guard.
Yeah, I think Dan DeCow played for the Sonics.
He was also for UW. He didn't. He played for Here's his teams: Atlanta, Portland, Dallas, New Orleans, Boston, Portland, and the Clippers.
Maybe it was preseason. I don't know.
Well, let's find out.
Well, it's all good. Maybe I'm wrong. I could have sworn that not the Mariners, but the Sonics had DeCal in for a quick cup of coffee. Guess I'm wrong. Yeah, no, I here's the thing. It's not that I didn't like Luke Ridenour. It's just when you've had 10 years of Gary Payton running the point and the way that ended.
It was a really bad ending. And then the rest of the season you had Brent Barry as your point guard.
And then now you have Luke Ridenour, and it's like, oh man, what a drop off. And it's like, I guess, and I think a lot of fans at the time didn't forget, never forgave Ridenour because he wasn't as good as GP. I
actually was okay with him. I actually liked him considering he had a lot of shoes to fill. He did what he could. But the trade that I wish that the part of that trade, here's the pitch. Oh, it almost hit Marte.
Yeah.
I wish somehow the Sonics were able to keep Desmond Mason.
Yeah, the Sky Pilot. No, that's Desmond Mason was the or was
he was ahead of the time. His athleticism was ahead of the time. Here's the 2-0.
For sure.
2-1.
No, the Sky Pilot was the Kobe stopper, Ruben Patterson. Ruben Patterson.
At least that happened in Portland where he tried to be the Kobe stopper and it failed. At least it didn't happen in Seattle.
Yeah, something else happened to him in Seattle.
I think he got that Kobe stopper ego because the Sonics swept the Lakers in the season series in 2000, 2001 before 2002. So because of that, he's like, oh, I'm going to Portland. I'm going to be the Kobe stopper. And Kobe's like, you ain't no Kobe stopper. Get out of here.
For me, the best season for me was the 92-93 Sonics, because nobody saw that run to the Western Conference Finals where they got hosed by the refs in favor of the Phoenix Suns. But the crazy thing was because that team was not expected to go that far, and I remember them lighting up the old Coliseum like the 4th of July.
Oh, we got a walk for Ketel Marte, and that's going to be a walk. Yep, Gary Payton was in there for like kind of half the season, and with all those trade distractions, Sonics just couldn't concentrate, which is why they had a horrible first half, even though they went 8-2. But then things just didn't click that season. Must have been a really weird vibe that season. I wasn't even present to talk about it or even know about it. Well, here's the pitch. Ball.
It was that Gary was looking for a contract extension going into the season. And Howard Schultz.
But he held out.
Yeah, and Howard Schultz made some comments about, a guy who is being paid as one of the top point guards should be there for his team, and it rubbed Gary the wrong way.
It really did. Here's the pitch. It really shows that he was very ignorant of the business. Like, he didn't know when he bought the team, he had no idea what he was getting into.
No, he thought he was going to run it like a Starbucks, and it's a completely different animal. But the biggest thing was the fact that he didn't vet the Key Arena lease when he bought the team, and he didn't seem to understand the financial situation he was walking into. Excuse me.
And now Jock Peterson's already at a 3-0, so this is now we're getting a little bit nervous. We got 2 walks already. Here's the pitch, and that is a strike this time. Detlef Schrempf made a stop in Seattle in his 12th season. Let me check that. I don't think that's the case.
He was also a coach.
He was with Jack Sigma 3-1.
Yep.
And that is a strike. And he thought it was a walk. Peterson's like, oopsie.
Yeah.
You
can tell that Peterson was not happy about that call.
No, he was shocked. And now we're looking at a 3-2. Top of the 4th.
Foul.
Here's the pitch. And fouled.
Didn't Detlef end up in Portland, finishing out his career as a Trailblazer?
Yeah, he tried to win with the Jailblazers with Rasheed Wallace, Steve Smith, Scottie Pippen, and then 2000 Lakers ruined it. completely destroyed that team. 3-2.
That was
and here's a fly ball to left field and out of play.
Oh, that was an extremely talented Trailblazers team too.
It was.
Didn't Damon Stoudemire try to bring weed through
yes,
security? Yeah.
Probably. What didn't he do? He had Rasheed Wallace being Rasheed Wallace. He was actually the least criminal out of all of them. That's how crazy it was.
Ooh.
3-2. Oh, it's a walk, and Hancock couldn't believe it.
Yeah, how does he not get that call? Because
how does he not get that call, especially with a strike zone that big?
Yeah, you're getting calls at the top of the zone that are out of the zone, and now you get an actual strike that gets called for ball 4. It's these are the type of umps that are frustrating to me because they're not uniform in their calls.
Oh, and you know what's the worst part of this? There's no out.
I'm not worried about the no out thing because you can get a ground ball and get a double play.
Maybe, but we got Gurriel Jr. who can do damage. 47 pitches in for Hancock, and that is a strike. See, that's what you call a bad makeup call.
Right, but see, that's the thing. So he gets called a strike on the slider that didn't hit any part of the plate, and 0-1.
And
now they're
strike 2. Thank God, we really needed that. Not to mention he's a .361 batter with runners in scoring position.
Yeah. This season, I think he's hitting .310 with 3 home runs with runners in scoring position. So, there it is, right there.
0-2.
Right there.
Here's a ground ball, double play ball. Throw to second, throw to first, and it's in time for the double play. But the runner moves to third base on that.
Yeah, but what did I tell you? It's like I'm not worried about the runners on because all it takes is a ground ball to get to, and this is now the third double play that he's been able to throw. And so now all you need is a pop out foul.
I played spelling bee baseball before, where basically if you get the word right, you go to first base, and it just goes from there. I once caused a double play in baseball spelling bee.
Elaborate.
Right?
How do you do that?
I got the word wrong, of course, and I kind of low key pulled a Jared Kelnick, Paul O'Neill kind of thing. Didn't throw anything, but I expressed frustration, and then because of that, my teacher said that's the second out. So that's how I caused the double play. This was fourth grade.
The first ever spelling bee baseball double play. The first and only.
Probably. I don't know anyone else that has done that.
You had every right to go off on your teacher. Who does she think she is?
Yeah, what if the word was correct?
I mean,
she should have just tossed me. She was better off just tossing me rather than messing with the team. I think we lost that game too.
That's funny.
There's the 0-2. And it was only fitting that she did baseball spelling bee because that was the 2002 season when Mariner's name was really high.
Sure.
So all the teachers implemented baseball.
Did she have words like bunt or single?
No, it was all those other typical boring words.
Or on base percentage.
We didn't even talk about on base percentage back in 2002 unless it was the A's. We were just talking about batting average, RBI, and hits and home runs. Yeah, we didn't even look at strikeout amounts.
Yeah, they're still doing that though. There you go.
2-2 pitch.
There you go.
Here's a ground ball right to second base, throw to first, and it's in time. And we get out of this inning out of a jam.
See?
You felt it.
Yeah, it's like
you felt the confidence. And because of that, I got to do this.
Modern Exterior Solutions is a fully licensed and insured full-service exterior renovations company serving Seattle and East Side communities. We know that a home is one of your most important possessions. That's why we're committed to providing high-quality, affordable home renovations for each customer's individual budget. We're diverse enough to meet the challenges of any project you put in front of us. Our workmanship minimizes the use of third-party services, and our team works together to meet all your deadlines. Anytime there is a challenge, we work with you to find a solution. We are proud to work with distributors of quality brand products with durable, ample protection from the elements for a variety of applications, including James Hardie siding and trim. Talk with us today about your project's needs, and we can help you solve all the challenges along the way.
Well, yeah, use that promo code, but I got so distracted by this. They should have had your class learn how to calculate. I think that would have been a good thing to learn, because it is one of those, it's basically a basic math problem to do, and why not?
Well,
I'd be for that.
I would say that you don't need a class to learn how to calculate WAR, because all you have to do is go to Fangraphs and they'll give you the equation of how to calculate WAR.
Maybe there's kids that want to know what a war is.
Well, right. But again, all you have to do is go to Fangraphs. They'll tell you.
Yeah, but no cheating.
Yeah, but how is that cheating though? I don't think that's cheating.
Well, you can't. That's the equivalent of using a calculator or asking Google or Alexa to do the homework for you.
Again, my question to you is, what's so wrong with that? We have all this technology at our fingertips. Why not use it? Now, I'm not talking about using it during a test. That's not what I'm saying.
Just use it like,
yeah, like if you're studying though, why not use
I guess. Here's the pitch. And here's a ground ball right to the shortstop, the throw to first, and it's in time.
Yeah,
I was going to say
I was going to say that, no, I am not condoning using ChatGPT on your tests or using AI irresponsibly. I'm just saying that as a study tool, there's nothing wrong with it.
You know what was the ChatGPT before ChatGPT? It was Wikipedia back in my day.
Wikipedia? Yeah.
I think yours was probably the encyclopedia, so people were probably fighting for the encyclopedia books back then.
No, you know what it was? Actually, I'll tell you what our go-to was asking the smart kids to give us the answers. That's what
paying them.
Yeah.
Oh, how about paying them by like hooking them up with like tickets, hooking them up on a date with a really hot girl?
No. Like in high school. See, the thing about it is it like math was always. Oh, there you go. Oh, right to the.
Now here's the 1-1. Here's a line drive and. Yeah. Christian Walker with a nice catch.
Well, math was always my weakest subject. I was very good in English and science and biology and history and all those other classes. But for me, math was just my weakest link. And I played baseball a lot. And, you had to at least be passing the class. There was no GPA requirements to play sports in my day. All you had to do was pass. And so
right to the shortstop. Throw to first.
I actually
1, 2, 3.
I paid. I would actually pay friends to do my homework, and there was no problem with it as long as I was playing baseball. That's all that really mattered back in those days. And my friends didn't have it. They didn't have a problem doing it because they got money. Good trade-off.
She absolutely hated math. Tolerated A-level chemistry. I can argue that sports actually is educational. So in order to get passionate or learn math quickly, baseball helps. For geography, the FIFA World Cup. For political and like civil rights issues, the NBA.
No.
Eastern European history.
That's a bad example. That's a bad example of political and social justice. That's a very bad example.
It's a way for people to get into it, kind of thing. Ish.
Yes, I guess.
That's what I meant.
Well, okay. So I would say that, like geography, you can use any league, really. But I was going to say that, like you're spot on about math, though. Baseball is like rudimentary math, averages, 100% baseball because all it is linear. So
the World Cup was
linear.
The World Cup was the reason why I aced the map quiz for Africa. But I had a boneheaded moment before the quiz. So I was practicing. I was like saying all the countries. I had a blank piece of paper to like say where all the countries go. There was a country called Niger.
Niger.
How did I pronounce that?
I don't know.
Let's just say the reaction was, "Oh, Joe, say it again."
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, I see. I got you now. I got you.
Wait, what's the problem? No. They're like, "Nah, you're good, man. It's all good." So I went on Google the following night. I was like, "Crap."
Yeah, I remember when FIFA announced that the World Cup was going to be in Qatar. I was like, "Where the hell is that at?" Like I
actually knew that for whatever stupid reason. I actually knew where Qatar was. Well, because I follow Korean soccer, and then I knew we played Qatar sometimes. I'm like, so I would know. Here's the pitch. Ground ball foul.
I thought it was pronounced Qatar, but anyways, the crazy thing is, I fancy myself a little bit of a geography buff, but I was like, where is that a part of like the United Arab Emirates? Like, is it?
You're close. It's like right. They're like next door neighbors.
Okay.
Now here's the 0-2 pitch.
Yeah.
Oh, Cal Raleigh was really trying to sell that for a frame job. He wants to get his old buddy Suarez out of here.
I always thought his beard style was kind of ridiculous.
Suarez?
Yeah, a little bit.
The pitch. Now here's a fly ball to center field, and this is for you, Suarez.
All right, guys, good vibes only. Don't forget it.
With a nice pop-up, he's showing the good vibes only that way.
Yeah, I always thought his beard style was a little goofy, but to each his own. He's Latin. He's Latin.
He's from Venezuela.
Yeah, they like their flashy hairdos.
One thing I learned between Suarez and Hector Nariz, they certainly speak Spanish differently.
Do you remember his hairstyle in 2022? It was the goofiest. It was like half blonde. You know what I mean? He had he had the goofy hairstyle.
Honestly, I like it when it's like when he doesn't even have a ponytail. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball foul. Another thing I'll miss about Eugenio Suarez was he was really good at keeping Julio Rodriguez behaviorally in check.
So you're saying that he held a gun to his head and said, "Don't do it. Don't do it."
No, he was like, "Hey, good vibes only, man. Don't be doing that." Here's the pitch. And it's foul. Remember when Julio got thrown out at second base and he like completely just outbursted at everyone, including fans? And Scott Service was trying to talk to him as if he had no idea what to do. And Suarez was like, "No, I got this. Let me take care of this."
I do.
That's why I missed the man. He was a great leader. 0-2. And here's a fly ball to deep center field. And Julio is there. He makes the catch.
Okay, so yeah, Zafori is a nice little
She knows everything.
Yeah, she knows everything. Yeah, no, it's because Qatar greased the wheels of FIFA to get that World Cup bid.
Oh yeah, of course they did. They wanted to screw over the United States.
And in return, they completely ignored their human rights violations. That's all right, though.
Here's the pitch. There's another side to that story. Those people that they did take the job. Now, granted that much of it was they were desperate. Here's the pitch. Here's a line drive. Oh, caught by Polanco, and that's going to retire the side. So, yeah, they took the job. But here's the thing. They're in a third world country. All those poor people that were building those stadiums, that was the only job they could get.
Well, I was reading this article from The Athletic. There was an expose about it, and they would also have hire people from outside Qatar to come help build those stadiums, right? So they would ask foreign nationals to come in with the lure of good pay, but as soon as they got there, they would swipe their passports. They would take their passports away from them, so they couldn't go anywhere. They were stuck there building these stadiums until they were finished, and living in ramshackle housing and
people
I thought it was
on top of each other, crapping on each other, pissing on each other. Yeah,
it was very
the only people that would have accepted that job gracefully and be like, okay, yeah, I'll take it, are men in North Korea, because I heard even North Koreans were working there.
Yeah, it could be. They were. It was advertised as like above, well above
whatever their standards are. Yeah,
like
you're
well
some
above
poor guy. You got nothing. You're about to die of starvation, and when North Korea's like, "Hey, do you want to help build World Cup stadiums for this money?" Then be like, "Hey, even if you lie to me, I'll still take it." That's what he was probably thinking. Probably didn't even look at the contract.
And I think I remember that they had advertised to Americans as well to come out there, and it's like, dude, I'm not gonna build stadiums in 120 degree weather. No, thank you.
Yeah, without any like union protections or L&I kind of protection.
Yeah, I don't work without a contract. Sorry.
Nope. And they're looking at the Mitch Garver home run because he is up to the plate right now, and that was like a pop fly kind of home run. It felt
like it. No, it felt like the Rojas home run. It felt like he got it all.
Oh, that one was already gone.
Yeah.
And now we're looking at the 1-0 pitch.
I hear what you're saying, though.
Here's a ground ball right to third base. That's Suarez. Throw to first. That's in time. And we got one down. That's Eugenio Suarez making the play. Still missed the guy. But man, he just can't hide his smile. I think he really genuinely enjoys playing right now because he really loved Seattle.
He's the dude that just loves being a major leaguer. Like you never see him taking it for granted. No, not at all. I do appreciate those type of players, but along with being appreciative that you're a major leaguer comes the work ethic to take your game to a different level. And
Cal Raleigh Pop collectible night. Yeah. I kind of tempted, but I don't know.
I don't go for those type of collectible nights.
You don't?
Nah, not really.
Here's Dylan Moore, and that is outside for a ball. And also alert, Steve will be out by 8 o'clock. He will be deeply missed, but I do appreciate the presence.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Here's the pitch. Foolish. A check swing right up the middle.
Safori, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Chances against Arsenal tomorrow? I don't know.
It's going to be a loss. I actually think the rest of the way, I think Tottenham gets 7 points. I know they have matches against Burnley and Sheffield, and I think they get a tie somewhere along the line. So 2 wins and a tie.
Yeah, and we're looking at a 2-1 count for Dylan Moore. And my feed just completely froze, and looks like he just hit a fly out to left field.
Yeah, it was a little liner to Gurriel up there in left field. The crazy thing about Tottenham is right now they're just not playing well together as a unit. I think that they're not playing their players in their correct positions, and it shows. And having Son playing up the middle instead of playing off the left wing, I don't know. I like Timo Werner is not a wing. He's a true 9. He's a target player, and he should be playing up the middle. And when Tottenham was at their best is when they were, using Son on the wing, and having the offense generated from him on that side just made Harry Kane even that much better.
Speak of Son, South Korea is going through another PR nightmare where their Olympic team just failed to qualify for the Olympics for the first time in like 1984 was the last time they didn't qualify. And the problem was after they fired Jürgen Klinsmann, Korea decided to hire a coach who was already coaching the Olympic team as their interim coach.
I see.
So there's a lot of disarray and.
Well, you would think that would be beneficial considering he's already there. He already knows the team. He already knows the strengths and weaknesses of the team, and you would think that would be a seamless transition.
But
problem was he was actually already a failed coach in the Korean leagues.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
So Korea, I think, hired him based on his name recognition from his 2002 performance because he was one of the forces of that team of the 0-2 run. So his name kind of is carried. A lot of names. If you're a mid-tier to a star in Korean soccer in 2002 from that World Cup, your name will carry you for the rest of your life there.
Sure. Well,
here's the pitch by Hancock, and that's fouled.
My whole thing is if you're going to be a manager of a national team, you actually have to live in that nation, and you actually have to pay attention to their domestic leagues. Don't
be like Jurgen Klinsmann, who didn't care and did not pay attention. Here's the 0-1. I mean, I think Hannah is doing spoiler. I hope that's not the case, but we'll see. And we're looking at the 1-1 for Kevin Newman.
Yeah, that's
now here is the pitch. And that is a fly ball drilled to left field. Forget about that one. A solo shot by the Diamondbacks, and now it is now within 1 for the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, that was it was a fastball that stayed over the heart of the plate. He got it all. No, we're not talking Korean sports politics.
No, we're not. No, flick of the switch. You just missed it, and flick of the switch. You probably missed the trailer that I also made. So, but you'll get. We'll give it a second chance.
Well, see, here's how this went down is because Zafori's trolling because she knows that I'm a Tottenham supporter, so she knows this, and so every time she's here, she always brings it up because she knows it gets under my skin. So yeah, that's how it started.
The only way Zavori's trying to get me under my skin is trying to say the Mariners suck. And here is Polanco makes the catch.
Yep. Good pitch.
Zavori tries to say just Mariners suck all the time, but it's like, well, that doesn't bother me because I already know that. So that I think she just has to figure out what will really get under my skin. Like, I don't know, say something like some other YouTubers are better than me, maybe. Now here's the pitch.
That shouldn't get under your skin.
I guess not.
Yeah, you shouldn't let that get under your skin, man. You'll get to where you want to get, man.
We're looking at an 0-1-0, and thanks a bunch. And now here is the pitch. And here's a ground ball. Foul.
Flick of the switch. She's Canadian and a soccer fan. She's got no room to give anyone. Oh, that's funny. That's
Canadian soccer in the 2022 World Cup.
Yeah. Canada. I think they won CONCACAF qualifying. They had a very good qualifying cycle.
Yeah, they did. They looked really good, and they're like, "Oh, could they make a run?" No.
I was in Nashville in September of 2021 when USA played Canada there, and Canada made them look silly.
They did. Now here's a 2-1. Swing and a miss, and that was a nice little changeup that looked like. And that's going to be strike 2. Ketel Marte has 5 home runs. He is still producing for the team.
Yeah.
Here's the 2-2. We'll count 3-2.
The funny thing is that as much as I like Mitch Haniger, and he's been my favorite, basically my favorite Mariner over the course of the last 5-6 years.
3-2. And strike 3 called, and Ketel Marte could not believe it. That's going to be 2 outs in this inning.
It was tough watching Ketel Marte get traded.
You were probably one of the few that actually did like him.
Yeah, no, I like Marte. I thought we got rid of him a little too soon. But that being said, I like Haniger. Haniger is one of my favorite Mariners of all time.
We also we got Jane Segura out of that too.
Yeah,
and then Jane Segura turned into J.P. Crawford.
Yeah.
It's crazy how it all started with Ketel Marte.
Yeah, you can play 6 degrees of 6 degrees of Adam Jones. You can connect the dots all the way from that Adam Jones Baltimore trade to the
You can go from Adam Jones all the way to Marte. Here's the pitch.
Yeah.
Because you know that in one of my videos, you can actually connect the dots from Eric Bedard all the way to Yordan Alvarez blasting that home run off Robbie Ray.
Right. That's the lineage. I mean,
2-1.
You can
ground
connect the
ball
dots to
foul.
the present day. That's what I was trying to say. You can connect the dots to the present day.
That's still my most popular video to this day. It was titled "How the Mariners Got Yordan Alvarez to the Astros," and all the Astro fans were like, "Thank you." Now here's a pop-up fouled.
By the way, I wouldn't say that I liked the Eric Bedard trade, but I like the fact that we actually were aggressive enough to go get Eric Bedard, because at the time Bedard was a big name, right?
And Bavasi was trying to go all in. 2-2.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And other than the home run given up, Hancock's been still pitching very well. Let's see how he's been doing. 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 run, pitching a 2-hitter on 83 pitches. So he's still pretty efficient.
Yeah. Outside of the solo shot. I like that the Mariners were willing to go out there and get at the time, who was one of the better pitchers in the league. Little did we know that not only did that trade ultimately end up getting Bavasi fired, because he basically gave up the farm for Bedard, but when Bedard came over, he couldn't stay healthy.
Yeah, and then not only was Adam Jones and George Sherrill, but don't forget about Chris Tillman. He also turned out to be a decent pitcher as well.
Yeah. Chris Tillman, yeah. Chris Tillman. There was another pitcher in that deal as well, too, outside of George Sherrill and Tillman. What was his name?
Cam McColio was the other guy.
Yeah. Cam McKicklio. Yeah, there you go.
And then Mariners traded away Eric Bedard and Josh Fields to Boston. Boston then Rule 5s him out. Houston picks him up. Then they traded Fields for Yordan Alvarez. And I heard that there was like a shuffle between a couple of Alvarez players. And I think initially Houston was asking for the other Alvarez, but then they're like, no, wait, here's Yordan. So the Dodgers like fumbled that trade.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like when you're dealing with prospects, you just never know. That's the crazy thing. People think they know, but they don't know.
No, like how are we supposed to know that? Who knows? Like a lot of things. And that computer generated home run thing is very interesting. And Flick, you let everyone down. You let me down all the time. So it's all good. And I believe this will be the last inning for Steve. Yeah. And now we got Josh Rojas up to the plate. He did hit that home run earlier. Here's the 1-0. And that is a ball. And it's safe to say Mariners have really got to keep putting up the runs. We know that 2 runs is not going to be enough for this team, no matter how good the pitching is, because look how good the offense is for the Diamondbacks. They do have a pretty competent offense.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Pitch.
And it's you also have to look at the Mariners back end of their bullpen situation. And I'm not talking about Spire, and I'm not talking about Stanek. You know exactly who I'm talking about. Mr. Flaky Munoz.
And Josh Rojas gets in there for a walk.
There you go. I don't know why, but my stream is saying that the game is still on commercial break. There you go. Let's go, Julio.
And now Julio Rodriguez up to the plate. Let's see if he could get his first home run in Seattle this season. That would be really nice. This is a good opportunity.
How about he does what he did, last at bat, which is a nice solid knock up the box. I'd take that.
We all would.
Ooh, that was a bad pitch. And he's still got
a 1-0 count.
And there's Julio shaking his head at the home plate umpire.
And I'm still on the 1-0 pitch, and here it is. And that is a strike, and Julio he could not believe it. I think a few more words, if Julio keeps that up, he might be thrown out of the game. Because that's not the first time he's had a talk.
I would love for Julio to go berserk on the home plate umpire.
Just show.
go full Crash Davis on him.
Crash Davis going up on the pitcher. Why are you shaking me off? This guy's a first ball fastball hitter. He hasn't seen my heat. All right, give him the heat. Fastball.
Well, it seems that Crash said a word that you're not supposed to say to an umpire. Did Crash call him a? Never mind. Flick of the switch. It's Friday. You're working OT tomorrow, Steve. Yes, I am. At the good old Flint Assembly. Yep, I sure will.
You will. And we're looking at a 1-2. It looks like we got some activity in the bullpen. That's going to be Trent Thornton in the bullpen. It's like they're going to pull him out maybe after the 7th inning.
Well, we'll see. It's
going to be interesting to see if they're even going to let him even pitch the 7th. So, and it looks like
we got some injury problems possibly going on with Zach Gallen. We'll have to find out and see what it is. Let's take a look at it. Listen.
Yeah, and now it looks like there's activity in the Arizona bullpen. So
they still got to warm some guys up. They're going to take them out.
It looks like it's so.
That's it.
And Gallen. That is it for Gallen.
You're wondering if it's an elbow issue because, maybe there's some elbow discomfort.
I wonder what it could be.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was some discomfort. Every game is at 4:30 a.m. Pacific time. Every game is at 4:30.
Well, while we're waiting, let's show some Geno Suarez highlights. 1 pitch on the way, and that is a line drive. Is that going to drop? That is going to drop in for a base hit. Canzone's already scored, and here is J.P. Crawford to throw to the plate, and it's not in time, and we got a 2-run RBI single by Eugenio Suarez. Good times that was. That was about, I think that was the very next day. It was in August when the Mariners won. That's when they finally touched a division lead in Seattle in August for the first time since 2003. And the last time the Mariners were in that division lead in that time was when Jimmy Moyer got that win against the Tampa Bay Devil Rays led by Lou Piniella.
Yeah. And then, then September happened. I'll say this about last season. I was actually happy that when the calendar went from August to September 1st and the Mariners were in first place by a full game, I was actually proud of them considering how they started the 2023 season. And they dug themselves out a very large hole and were able to get themselves into first place. That's not an easy thing to do.
And sadly, it's all forgotten because of how the last 10 games went. And it was even before that. It all started, I even would say, started with Oakland because they still looked flat against the Oakland A's at home.
I'll take it back to the East Coast trip that started September when you go to New York to play 3 against the Mets, a bad Mets team, and you drop that series, and then you go to Cincinnati and drop that series, and then you go to Tampa, and then of course you have the George Kirby fiasco. And I think that stretch right there set the tone for the entire month of September.
So maybe it was Kirby. That's it. I wish I didn't pitch in the 7th inning, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that was,
and then of course they made him come out the next day and, apologize, but that was laughable.
He just shouldn't have. That's one of those. It was like a young man's mistake of that's something you just don't say to the camera.
Well,
if you say to the coach, then fine.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Those certain things you don't say to the camera, but as a starting pitcher, you want the ball. Like, you don't want to get taken out of the ball game. You want the ball. So
yeah, look at like Mike Mussina. When Joe Torre tried to take him out one time, Mussina literally told him to sit down, and a little bit after that, he won the game because he wanted that complete game.
Yep. Absolutely.
And looks like, yep, you are out of here, man.
Yep.
And I want to thank you again. You know, I'll look forward to doing one of these again real soon. Let me know what the schedule is like coming up, and also go Mariners. Let's get this win tonight.
Let's get this win, and thank you very much for being here,
Yes,
Steve.
sir. Yes, sir.
And have yourself a good night. Get some good sleep.
Thank you.
And there he goes. But he's got to get some sleep. And Mariners they've got to find a way to win. And I will say, I guess after the 7th inning stretch, I will show a trailer for my Sonics Nostalgic video. Something that to be looking forward to. And looks like commercial break is still going on. And looks like the game is just back on. Right now, it's a 1-2 count on Julio Rodriguez because the connection on my computer is not good right now with the internet. He's working on a 1-2, and my game continues to lag again. Now here's the 1-2. Now here's a ground ball, and that will get right through for a base hit. Is Rojas going to go to third base? Nope, he stays at second, and rightfully so. And Julio, after the first pitch, he gets on base. Very nice hit for Julio Rodriguez. And that's going to bring up Cal Raleigh up to the plate, and he has a great opportunity to really extend this lead for the Mariners. And we're really hoping that Jay Trident Podcast will be here. He says he'll be here possibly by around the 7th inning. So let's hope he makes it so we can have a nice little party. Because I really want to show Trident this trailer of this video. Now here's Cal Raleigh. He's looking for an 0-2 count, right? He's an 0 for 2. Now here's a fly ball to deep right field, and it's fouled again. That's 2 foul balls. That's really got to be a confidence breaker. He really had that. He had the nice hit. He just can't keep it fair. Very unfortunate. There was a great opportunity for a home run. And now here's the 0-1, and that is a ball. And you would think that he would be due for a home run if he was hitting balls like that today. McGlough is the pitcher. I saw that Paul Sewald was on the injury report. Mariners offense this season with runners in scoring position, batting .258. They got to bring that up. And now here's the 1-1, and that is up high for a ball. Ever since I turned off my Wi-Fi, I guess it really helped my Wi-Fi on this computer. And now we're looking at the 2-1 count for Cal Raleigh. Here's the pitch, and that is low for a ball. We are looking at a 3-1 count for Cal Raleigh. It's a 3-1 so far. He is 0 for 2. He has a good count going for him. Let's hope that it figures itself out. Now here's the 3-1 pitch, and that is a strike. That's going right up the middle for a strike. And we're looking at a full count, 3-2. Cal Raleigh's got a full count on him. He's got... McGlough has got 6 pitches so far. Now here's the pitch. And that is ball 4, take your base. And flick of the switch, I am on a hard line. Want to check it out? It's hard line right there. It's my tablet that's having all the lagging issues. Well, was having a lagging issue. But it looks like we're okay for now. And I'm looking on my end. And boy, does it look like it really is glitchy, isn't it? And now here's the pitch to Haniger. And that is a strike. We're looking at the 0-1 so far. Mitch Haniger is struggling, batting .239 with 3 home runs and 14 RBIs. Hopefully Mitch gets it going, especially with the bases loaded too. And now here's the pitch, and that is low for a ball. You've got no outs, and Mariners have absolutely no excuses. They got to find a way to score. We're looking at the 1-1 count so far. Now here's the pitch, and that is inside for a ball. We're looking at a 2-1 count on Mitch Haniger. Catcher Moreno wasn't happy about it, as they say. And now we're looking at the 2-1. And now here's the pitch, and that is foul ball. And we're looking at a 2-2 for McGough. Pitcher's ready. Here is the pitch. And that is low for ball 3. We've got a full count 3-2. And Mitch has got to find a way to not get out. Strikeout is what you don't want. Like, worst case scenario, you want at least some kind of a sacrifice of anything. Jorge Polanco's on deck. And now we're looking at a 3-2. And here's the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to deep left field. And the runner is still going. And that is gone. That is a home run. That just left the yard. And we got a grand slam home run for Mitch Haniger. It barely left the field. The fireworks go off. And the Mariners have just extended their lead to 6-1. What a hit by Haniger. What a grand slam it was. These weird home runs, they looking like a pop-up job. It's like the runner's still going, and that's a home run. What a grand slam by Haniger. Absolutely shocked. And the Mariners have just broken this completely wide open. And here's Polanco. Can he keep up the pace? And Zafori, I'm not saying that's the game. I wouldn't say that quite yet. And now we're looking at the 1-0 count. And now here's the pitch. And that is a strike. Polanco's 0 for 2 with a fly out and a line out. And we're looking at the 1-1. And now here's the pitch. And that is low for a ball. Got Martinez in the bullpen. He's warming up, and this has been a disaster for the Diamondbacks. Hopefully the Mariners can win this game so they can have the confidence for their last 2 before Atlanta comes to town. And we know that's going to be a very tough matchup. It looks like there's some conversations going on between the umpire. Emancipacation, how's it going? You gonna sleep tonight with this offense? You gotta sleep good tonight. That's what it is. It looks like I got some more fans coming in to this game. Umpire still, the conversation still continues. Manager's not happy. I wonder what that was all about. And now Polanco is looking at a 2-1, and now here's the pitch. And that is low for a ball. 3-1 the count. And we're looking at a 3-1. And now here it is. And that is low for ball 4. We still got no outs. And got a man on base with still no outs. Yep, Mariners definitely do live and die by the home run. And looks like pitching coach is coming out. I wonder if they've seen enough. Yep, they're showing that Mitch Haniger home run, which was actually a meatball-looking pitch. Didn't even really have much of a spin to it. And that barely left the yard. You saw the players in the bullpen cheering. 54 home runs at T-Mobile Park. He's tied for 8th most of all time. He is tied with Ichiro and Edgar Martinez. I think I saw like 3 of Edgar's home runs when it was called Safeco Field back then. I think I saw 1 of Ichiro's home runs. That's a rare thing to see. Mitch Haniger was in shock too. And now here is Ty France up to the plate. He's probably going to cause a double play. And now here's a fly ball, and that's not really going to get it done. And that's going to be 1 out. And now we've got Mitch Garver up to the plate, who also blasted a home run. Now here's the pitch. And that is a strike, and that was on the outside. They're trying to get Rayleigh some at-bats, but it's not like Clase is doing any better either. But he has making more impact than Rayleigh has, though. Here's the pitch. And that is a strike on the outside. And we're looking at the 0-2. Now here's the pitch. And now here's a ground ball. Probably going to be a double play ball. Throw to second. Throw to first. And that is in time for the double play. Garver did pull a Ty France. And we go to the top of the 7th. But Mitch Haniger hit that grand slam home run to break this game open. Let's hope the Mariners can keep it up. And as we are in the 7th inning and flick of the switch, I got something for you. So if you miss the Sonics like I do, I'm making a video. It is almost done. It is about the 2004-2005 Sonics when they last made the playoffs. And here's the trailer for that video, especially for all of you. The Sonics squared off against the Sacramento Kings in the first round and easily defeated them in 5 games. A few key moments in that series was not only Ray Allen scoring 45 points in Game 4 of the playoffs,
Allen eyes it. Oh, Ray Allen!
But also a surprising play in center Jerome James, whose numbers exceeded his normal regular season numbers. At the end of games, he would wear a garbage bag like a cape, reminiscing his time when the Sacramento Kings cut him after the 1998-1999 season, when he was given a garbage bag. Yep, so join that membership if you would like to access that video by Monday. That video will be released on actually Friday, but if you're a member, you'll get to see it on Monday instead. So go ahead, join that membership for just $5 a month. You can cancel after the first month, obviously. You're not tied to it. I got to remind everyone that because there are contracts where you do have to stay for a month, and yet they kind of market it in a way where it's like they're marketing. And there goes Emerson Hancock. They pulled him out after 83 pitches. I would have liked them to see more go one more inning. Just one more inning. No? No one told me this. They pulled him out. Not happy about it. I'm heavily against it. Great. Just great. And now we got Trent Thornton, who's only given up 1 run. And that is a strike. Really hoping Jay Trident Podcast can make it. Would love to see him on this show. Really miss the guy, but his job's been killing him. Here's the pitch. Ground ball right to third. It's fair. The throw to first. And that's in time! Yeah, RPG, I agree with you. Like, only 83 freaking pitches! Save your bullpen for the next 2 games. They don't even have a day off until Thursday. Josh Rojas doesn't have the greatest throwing arm. That's my concern of him. But he's been hitting very well and fielding very well. Rojas has been really good this season so far. But yeah, Scott's really got to stop that. Such a bad habit of his. Here's the pitch. And that is in there for a strike. Christian Walker is 1 for 2. He is the batter. He's batting .265 with 4 home runs and 17 RBIs. And here's the pitch. Now here's a fly ball popped up, and that is out of play. We're looking at 21 views so far, or 21 concurrent views. It's been a little bit slower today than what I'm used to. And now here is the pitch. And that is strike 3 called. And down he goes. And Christian Walker having some words with the umpire. He's not happy about it. The umpire has kind of been nice, not throwing these guys out. But now we got 2 down. Trent Thornton looking really good so far. Nice framework by Cal Raleigh. And here's the pitch. That is outside for a ball. This is actually not a bad move for Hancock. Let him get out with pitching a great game and keeping his confidence high. I mean, we're on different ends probably. I thought of like the whole if it ain't broke, don't fix it, especially on a 6-1 lead, and save your bullpen for the next 2 games in case something goes to hell there. But then considering the next games, I think you got George Kirby and Logan Gilbert up, so you would really like your chances to win the series or even sweep them. And here's Suarez up to the plate. And that is a strike. He's already down on a 1-2 count. Mariners pitchers have really gotten to Suarez this game. Yeah, but if I'm Emerson Hancock, I'm like, I want a chance before Brian Wu takes my job. Here's the 1-2. And that is outside for a ball. And you would think with Suarez, the hitter, the confidence is pretty high to strike him out. And now we're looking at the 2-2. And now here is the pitch. And that is foul. That had some nice barrel to it on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Trent Thornton. Suarez is 0 for 2. He struck out and he flied out. Suarez, the former Mariner. And he really changed his batting stance, by the way. Here's the pitch. And check swing, did he go? Yes, he did. Strike 3. And that's going to retire the side. And Suarez goes down and strikes. He is now 0 for 3. And we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, stretch time. If you are ready for the 7th inning stretch, get up on your feet and let's take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, so let's root for the Mariners. They don't win, it's a shame. It would be because they have a 6-1 lead. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. And I need a break because Modern Exterior Solutions, and I got to go to the bathroom. So give me a moment. Bye-bye.
Modern Exterior Solutions is a fully licensed and insured full-service exterior renovations company serving Seattle and East Side communities. We know that a home is one of your most important possessions. That's why we're committed to providing high-quality, affordable home renovations for each customer's individual budget. We're diverse enough to meet the challenges of any project you put in front of us. Our workmanship minimizes the use of third-party services, and our team works together to meet all your deadlines. Anytime there's a challenge, we work with you to find a solution. We're proud to work with distributors of quality brand products with durable, ample protection from the elements for a variety of applications, including James Hardie siding and trim. Talk with us today about your project's needs, and we can help you solve all the challenges along the way.
Oh, great. I just missed an 0-1 count, and this is Justin Martinez up on the mound. And now here's the pitch. And that's swing and a miss, and that's Luke Raley. And I think he should have put in Clase at this point. He is 0 for 2 with a flyout and a pop out. He had a nice exit velocity in his first at-bat, but he's done nothing since. Batting 178. Here's the pitch. And now here's a line drive, and that is caught by the left fielder. And now we got it down. JP Crawford would hate this ump, probably. I mean, Julio doesn't even like him. And who do we got here? We got Dylan Moore batting 9th. I don't think he's really done much in this game. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a lineout. And that is a strike. And now we're looking at the 0-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Did I catch anything in the NFL draft? I saw that Michael Penix got drafted. It was quite the reach, I must say. Here's the 0-2. Ground ball foul. Hit right off of the catcher. Now we're looking at an 0-2 count so far. And now I want to see how many shows I have done this season so far. Now here's the pitch. And that gets away, and that's going to be a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Now here's a fly ball to deep left field. And is that fair? That is foul. I really thought that was going to be a home run. 3 foul balls today. 2 of them by Cal Raleigh and the other by Dylan Moore. And in terms of my attendance here is what it is. I am now 18 of 26, 69%. Now here's the pitch. And that is low for a ball. As of now, I am at, I don't know. Don't forget, at Astros after the Braves. Now here's the 2-2. And that is inside for a ball. Dylan Moore has really been working the count. Now we're looking at a full count, 3-2. Now here's the pitch. Ground ball foul. I am projected to be there for the Astros game for sure. By the end of this month, I will have done 19 Mariners games out of 29. Now here's the pitch. Now here's a ground ball right to Suarez, the throw to first, and that is in time. I really do miss that arm throw of Eugenio Suarez. Yeah, Cousins is not happy about it. I know. Penix went all the way to 8. That was insane. Last time the Falcons had a left-handed quarterback was the name of Michael Vick. I don't think he'll be Michael Vick, though. Now here is Josh Rojas. Here's the pitch. Now here's a fly ball popped up, and that's going to do it for this inning. He is there. He makes the catch, and that is going to retire the side. Their MLB team is the most inconsistent team in baseball, especially in August and September and October. NFL not worth a damn. Their NBA team doesn't even make it to the postseason. This must be about the Atlanta teams. Sounds like it. And now I'm going to want to go back to doing like some kind of like SeatGeek thing. SeatGeek is a mobile ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, and other events. They make the buying experience easier by the app ranking each ticket from 0 to 10 to see if you are getting a good deal, and you can see exactly where you are sitting. I regularly use that app, and I have had nothing but a fantastic experience with SeatGeek. Use my promo code Rooftop Sports to get $20 off of your first purchase. Link to the code, app, and website will be in the description, so take advantage, and thank you. Yep, and be there. Use that promo code Rooftop Sports, get your $20 off, and man, look at that Pizza Hut pizza. It's so good, but it's freaking Pizza Hut. There's no way a pizza looks like that as advertised. All right, everyone tell me, what is your favorite pizza place right now? My favorite right now is like Zeke's Pizza or Sahara Pizza. Those are my favorites right now as we speak. And I'm a lover of pizza. Pizza's like probably one of the greatest things anyone has made. I love pizza. Pizza's so good. Still hoping that I'm going to send it to him. Gonna send him the invite and see if he makes it. We really do miss the Trident. We really miss his presence. He's had a pretty tough year in terms of scheduling. Like, he's lucky enough to be able to make a post-game show. I really feel bad for him. I feel bad for Jay Trident Podcast. And you know what? I feel so bad for him that he can't make time that I'm going to do this for him. If you've already used my promo code or don't even want to use mine, which I don't blame you at all, use this one as well. JS Trident for your $20 off. Go ahead and use his promo code. Now here's the 1-0. And that is a strike. Gabriel Moreno. Now here's the 1-1. And that is a strike. And it looks like we got another pitching change in there. I think this is Cody Bolton. I probably would have left Thornton in there for one more inning because he was pitching very well. He was only at 11 pitches, so I would have just kept it there. And strike 3 called. And down he goes. And this is the top of the 8th. And must I say, this game has been breezing. It has barely even touched 2 hours. Bullpen in the last 9 games. Mariners bullpen has been absolutely lights out. A 1.01 ERA. Just 27% strikeout rate to 6% of walks. Insane. Here's the pitch. That is a strike for Corbin Carroll. Looks like the umpire just wants to get out of here. I think he just wants to finish this game. Corbin Carroll is now has an 0-1 count against him. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a lineout. Here is the pitch. Now here's a ground ball right to the second baseman. Polanco tossed to first in time, and that's going to be 2 outs already. Possibly looking at a 1-2-3, hopefully. And Munoz doesn't even have to pitch. And as for the next game, I am looking at to do the Atlanta game on Monday. Not sure if I will be there yet, but we'll see. Here's the pitch. Now here's a fly ball popped up, and this will do it for this inning. Ty France is there. He makes the catch, and another easy 1-2-3 inning for the Mariners. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. It is still 6-1. Let's see what else I can show. Since 2022, I have been growing this YouTube channel, and I just want to say thank you very much for being part of the growth and for the future. I now have memberships to offer for you. I got 2 different ones. I got Rooftop Fans and Rooftop Super Fans. For Rooftop Fans, which is $1.99 per month, you'll get loyalty badges to give you priorities for responses to comments, and you will even have access to special emojis that I made myself. As for Rooftop Superfans, which is $4.99 per month, you will not only get the benefits of Rooftop Fans, you will also get priority to future videos, including nostalgic videos. So go ahead and check out my membership, and thank you for your support. Yep, thank you for your support, and after this inning, I will show another video about Eugenio Suarez. And right now, my fantasy team, it's doing not much. I'm barely winning. No one's really doing anything for me except Evan Carter. And the Texas Rangers did win. Kelnick didn't even play. I left Will Smith on the bench, sadly. Looks like Manny Machado is back from the injury, so I gotta take him out. Back from the IL. You have no idea why dark mode? I wouldn't know either. It's been pretty slow, I must say, for this day. I remember when the season started, I was easily getting like 200 views to the point I was taking it for granted. I was like, hey, let's get that to 500. But unfortunately, it just hasn't happened. And now we are back from the break. And now let's go to this one. Donate to your man, Rooftop Sports. Help the man. Help me get to, well, however money I feel. And now here is Julio Rodriguez, and here is the pitch. And that is low for a ball, 1-0. Martinez at 14 pitches. They decide to keep him in. He is 2 for 3. Here's the pitch. And that is a strike. And I felt like that was his meatball pitch for Julio. This season's batting .287 with 1 home run and 10 RBIs. Now here's the 1-1. And that is fouled. I think he fouled it off of his foot. Hope he's okay. And looks like he's shaken up right now. He's feeling some discomfort at this time. And I got the trainer. His foot is not looking good. Scott Service is coming out right now. And here was that pitch. Hit right off of his foot. Those always hurt. You know it. We are hoping he's okay. He's still trying to walk it off. I wonder if they're going to just pull him out. But who's going to pinch hit is the question. Jonathan Clase probably. Let's hope he's okay. Would not like to see him injured. Oh, looks like Trident's not going to be there for the rest of the day, unfortunately. Never like being lonely. And now we're looking at a 1-2 for Martinez, for Julio Rodriguez, and looks like he is going to bat. Wouldn't it be cool if he got a home run out of this? Out of getting hurt a bit? And it still worked out? I think that'd be a pretty cool moment. Two hours into the show so far. And now we're looking at the 1-2. And that is outside for a ball, 2-2. And that was a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Something that we are used to these days. I remember back in the old days when someone pitched a 101-mile-an-hour fastball or 100, it was like, oh my God. Here's a 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Hit the dirt, strike 3. And Julio's not even going to bother running to first base. And now we got one down. And Julio's shaken up. And that is something to pay attention to. And I really hope he's okay. Why are they advertising the Seattle Times? I don't know. I'd rather just advertise myself. And now here's Cal Raleigh up to bat. Nearly hit home runs twice in this game. He's batting third in the order. He's 0 for 2 with a walk in the 6th and a run. So he was part of that grand slam, I believe. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he tried to go for that one. Strike 1. We're getting close to the end of this game. And now here's the 1-1. And that is low for a ball, and that's going to be a 2-1 count. Josh Rojas hit the solo home run. Mitch Garver hit a solo homer. And Mitch Haniger hit a grand slam home run. And now here's the 2-1. And another swing and a miss, and that is going to be strike 2. Yeah, I can tell you're watching the Mariners broadcast. And Hannah, I really do appreciate your time here. And now we are looking at a 2-2 count for Cal Raleigh. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to be 2 down for the Mariners. And now up to the plate is going to be Mitch Haniger, where last inning, or last time around when he hit that grand slam home run, which I believe made it his 4th home run of the season. It was a fantastic hit by Mitch Haniger. Now here's the pitch, and that is a strike. Mitch is 1 for 3 with a grand slam in the 6th, and he is 0 for 1. And here is the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Strike 2 for Mitch Haniger. In the bullpen is going to be Tyson Miller. He's warming up, and I think he's the right pitcher to use in the bullpen for this situation. Mop-up duties, that is. And now here's the 0-2. And that is a ball, 1-2. Martinez with 26 pitches so far. Here's the 1-2. And now here's a pop-up and fouled. He's fighting off that 101 mile an hour fastball. And we're looking at a 1-2 count so far for Mitch Haniger. He is 1 for 3 with a home run. Here's the pitch. And that is low for a ball. 2-2 for Mitch Haniger. Looking at the 2-2. He's got his signs, Martinez. The pitch. And strike 3 called, and that is going to retire the side. We go to the top of the 9th inning. It is the final possible inning for the Diamondbacks. They are down 6-1 going into the 9th. I think it's going to be Tyson Miller going to be the pitcher. And now here's the 0-1 pitch, and that is a fly ball, and that looks like it's in the gap, and that will drop in for a base hit. J.P. Crawford, is he going to be waved around home? And he is getting waved. His helmet fell off, and no throw to the plate, and the Mariners get the insurance run. It is now 7-5 Mariners, and the Mariners get the insurance, and what a double by Eugenio Suarez. I really do miss saying his name a lot. You've been alternating between the... Oh yeah, Canadian money is very expensive, that's for sure. You've been alternating Mariners broadcast and Diamondbacks broadcast. Edmonton, Los Angeles. Yep, you've been doing a lot of things. They're talking about a scarecrow. Gotta talk to Crichton about something. Wonder how Yordan Alvarez is doing right now. He has 5 home runs, batting .267, with a 348 on base percentage. He's been kind of having a down year, but must I say, he's an animal to say the least. And now we are in the final inning, and looks like they've still got Bolton up on the mound, so it's not going to be Tyson Miller. Feels like it's been forever since Bryce Miller's pitched. I don't even remember when he pitched. Now here's the pitch, and that is going to be a strike. Now here's the 1-1, and that is foul. That was Pavin Smith. And now we're looking at a 1-2. And here it is. And that is low for a ball, 2-2. You don't even like Canada. I can't blame you. What don't you like about Canada? Now here's a 2-2. And fouled again. We'll try this again. Got 50 views. Pretty slow day for my channel. To make it better, donate to this channel when you get the opportunity. Now look at the 2-2 pitch. Now here's a ground ball right to Dylan Moore. Throw to first in time. And we got one down. Post-game show will be right after this game, pretty much. After an ad, pretty much, shall I say. Mariners have won the last 3 series against Cincinnati, Colorado, and Texas. Here's the pitch. And that is a strike. That is Ketel Marte. He's now 0 for 1. Or 0 for 2 with a walk in the 4th. Here's the pitch. And that is a foul ball. 2 outs away for the Mariners to secure their first victory in this series against the Arizona Diamondbacks. And now here's the 0-2. And that is a liner foul. And we'll still try this again once again. Now we're looking at the 0-2. Now here's the pitch. And fouled again. It just keeps happening. We're looking at the 0-2. And here's the pitch. And that is low for a ball. And that is going to be a 1-2 count for Ketel Marte, the former Mariner. Bolton at 18 pitches. 1-2. And that just leaves it completely. And that's going to be a 2-2 count. We're looking at the 2-2 for Ketel Marte. And now here it is. Now here's a ground ball, and that might get through the throw. No play. And Polanco just let that. He just ate it. He didn't really have much of an angle to throw him out. Polanco really just did not have an angle. I think the only person that could have maybe made that kind of play would have been Brett Boone. And now here is the next batter. Now here's the pitch. And that is outside for a ball. And looks like Bolton has pretty much reached his expiration point at this point. Still 1 out. An opportunity for a double play at least. Here's the pitch. And that is low for a ball. 2-0. And I was thinking that maybe they should have put in Tyson Miller. But then at the same time, I was like, well, Bolton's pitching well, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. because he didn't really pitch that much in that inning. Here's a 2-0. And he's losing at 3-0. And I think after this, you gotta put in Tyson Miller. You just have to. And we're looking at the 3-0 pitch. And that is ball 4. Take your base. And Cal Raleigh's have a little talk with him. But if I'm Scott Service, this is when you do pull your pitcher. See if Tyson Miller can make something happen. Sometimes I wonder what the catcher does say to the pitchers when the pitcher's having a little bit of a struggle. And now here is Lourdes Gurriel Jr. This is going to be a tough one. But he's 0 for 3, so maybe they can get this guy out. Here's the pitch. And now here's a fly ball popped up. Is that playable? Yes, it is. Ty Francis there. He makes the catch, and we got 2 outs and 1 more to go. And the fans are getting up on their feet to really conclude this game. And it has been a fantastic game for the Mariners. You had Emerson Hancock pitching extremely well. Yep, that's the Scott Service habit, isn't it? And here's Christian Walker. Hancock pitched very well. 3 home runs today by the Mariners, make it 6 runs. Here's the pitch. And that is in there for a strike. Got 2 strikes to go. Christian Walker is batting .263 with 4 home runs and 17 RBIs. He still has the opportunity to at least make it close for the Diamondbacks. He is a power hitter, to say the least. Here's the 0-1. And that is a strike. Strike 2. And it's game time. Down to their final strike is the Arizona Diamondbacks. Once again, Hancock pitched very well. Bullpen, for the most part, pitched very well, with the exception of Bolton, who is struggling right now. Mitch Haniger hit that grand slam. Rojas, on the first pitch, hit that homer. A lot of home run action happening. Also, Mitch Garver hit a home run. And now here's the 0-2 pitch. And that is outside for a ball. This place was about to explode. And now we're looking at the 1-2. Christian Walker is waiting for his pitch. Now here's the 1-2. And now it's going to be a 2-2. And looks like Bolton's really trying to get him to chase. But at this point, I would just say, just throw strikes on him. I mean, look how easy it was to get Eugenio Suarez out. He was literally a strikeout machine for the Mariners. And now here's the 2-2. And that's going to be low. And that's going to be a 3-2 count for Christian Walker. He's working on a full count. Eugenio Suarez is up on deck. Now here's the 3-2. And that gets right inside. Did he go? He did not. And that's going to be ball 4. And the bases are going to be loaded for Eugenio Suarez. And I was thinking they should have put in Tyson Miller at least some points in this game. And did he go through? It looks like there's a case that he did go through. I wonder if you can even challenge that. Nope, you can't challenge it. You can't challenge check swings, can you? I think Scott Service should make that call. And he will not. And this is where you get really nervous. Now you got good vibes only. Eugenio Suarez up to the plate. Cody Bolton's working with the bases loaded. Good thing that grand slam happened. Otherwise, it'd be a much stressful game than it already is. Eugenio Suarez up to the bat. He is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Has an opportunity to do some damage. He is 0 for 3, and here is the pitch. And that is inside for a ball. You're not fooling him on that one. He's batting .237 with 2 home runs and 16 RBIs. Here's looking at the 0-1-0. Here's the pitch. Now here's a ground ball, and this should do it. The throw by Rojas to first base, and it is in time, and the ball game is over. The Mariners take game 1 of this 3-game series against the Arizona Diamondbacks, and efforts by Emerson Hancock, a home run by Josh Rojas, Mitch Garver, and a grand slam by Mitch Haniger. And what an ending it was to this game. And must I say, that was a little bit of a heart attack moment, but thankfully Geno helped to get the Mariners to win this game. I think deep down he wanted the Mariners to win this game. And there's the Mariner Moose waving that flag. And man, what a game it was for the Mariners. And must I say, let's get right to it, shall we? So let's look at the scoring summary. So first it started with Josh Rojas. He hit the home run to right center field. That was just blasted. It happened on the very first pitch. Like, it was just gone. Like, it was just bombed out of there. Then Mitch Garver in the second inning hit a home run to left, and that looked like a really like pop fly kind of home run, but it did happen, and it took a long time for it to go down, but that made it a 2-0 game. And then in the sixth inning, Newman hit a home run to left center field, and it was actually just blasted out of there to make it a 2-1 game. And then Mitch Haniger, he hit the grand slam home run to left center field near the pen in the Mariner bullpen, and that made it 6-1. And then the bullpen came in. They did some really good work, with the exception of Cody Bolton, who did struggle looking for that strike zone. But fortunately, he helped get the Mariners out of it. I mean, he did what he could. He didn't have a great outing with the exception of that eighth inning. Eighth inning, he was fantastic. Thornton, he was fantastic. What I would have done was I would have put Thornton in for 2 more innings, for at least 1 more inning, because he was only 11 pitches in. So the way he was pitching, maybe he would have gotten just 20, and then Bolton could have done a mop-up, or maybe give Tyson Miller that chance. And now let's look at Emerson Hancock. He went 6 strong innings. I thought he should have got 7. Only 2 hits given up, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. He had some really good strikeouts, and one of them was on Eugenio Suarez, which, by the way, he did return to the Mariners for his first game back as a Diamondback against the Seattle Mariners, and he was given that standing ovation, and definitely deservedly so. And it's good to see that he still spreaded that good vibes only. Now let's take a look at the box score. This was a very quick game, by the way. Josh Rojas went 1 for 3 with a home run. Julio Rodriguez was very efficient. He didn't hit the home run, but he went 2 for 4. Cal Raleigh went 0 for 3, but he kind of had an unlucky game where he hit 2 home runs that should have been, but then they were just all foul balls. Mitch Haniger went 1 for 4. Yes, he's been struggling, but hey, when you're 1 for 4 and your batting average is at 236, a grand slam home run will bring that batting average to 244. So he hit that grand slam to pretty much ice the game. Polanco at least walked twice. Ty France has been struggling again, 0 for 3. Mitch Garver, 1 for 3 is all he needed to hit that home run. And then Luke Raley, 0 for 3. Dylan Moore went 0 for 3. He almost hit a home run, but once again, that went foul. And overall, great victory by the Mariners. And now it makes me wonder, what in the world are the Mariners going to do with Emerson Hancock? Because they got Brian Wu coming back sometime in May. So it makes me wonder, what are you going to do with him? Because aside from that Milwaukee game, Hancock has actually been pitching. He's actually been pitching very well. Like, I cannot lie. He's actually been pitching pretty good. Yes, the strikeouts aren't there, but he does ground into those double plays, which he's been doing a really good job at. But then what are you going to do? I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the best solution is, because you got to see how Brian Wu does. But I don't know if you really want to send down Emerson Hancock if he's doing really well. So I don't know what to do. Maybe to do a 6-man rotation and send one person down the bullpen. But then you don't want to really like nuke your bullpen depth either. So a lot of decisions will have to be made on that one going forward. But until then, Mariners have got a series to worry about. They got a series to complete, and it's going to be, against the Diamondbacks. And let's take a look and see how it was done. Let's take a look. So, not how it was done. Like, let's see who's up. Then we got, next game, we got Logan Gilbert. No, I'm sorry. Excuse me. George Kirby is going to be up against Sassoni. I can't say it. His name is Slade. He's working on a 1-0, 3-0 ERA. That's how he's been doing. But only one start so far. He's pitched 6 strong innings last time, so I think that's still going to be a tough game unless the Mariners can really step up on the offense. I mean, their offense still wasn't that fantastic. It was really carried by the home runs, but they did get it done. And then we got Sunday. Logan Gilbert is going to be on the mound against, can't even say this guy's name, but his name is Brandon. He is 1-1 with a 4.97 ERA. So looking at this is a really great opportunity for the Mariners to not only win the series, but possibly get a sweep. And that way the Mariners can really stretch their lead on the Texas Rangers, as they do lead the division right now. And Mariners have been on fire since that disastrous Chicago series. And it's nice to see that the Mariners are on their winning ways. They did sweep the Reds, took 2 of 3 from the Rockies. They should have won that series. They should have swept them, sorry. Texas Rangers went 2 for 3, and I wasn't too upset that they went 2 for 3 versus the sweep. But hopefully the Mariners can take care of business in the next 2 games to get ready for Atlanta. But that's going to do it for me. Thank you very much for watching this show. Thank you very much for watching the live show. Thank you for watching this live streaming, the post-game show. And one thing I ask from you guys, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification. And must I say, go Mariners. Well, it looks like that's going to do it for me for the rest of this game. I think I'm pretty much done. I got some videos to cut. 53 views total. Not great, but it's what it is. It's all about the grind to keep it going. But I'm going to take off, guys. And once again, I really do appreciate the time. And I wonder who was throwing the ceremonial first pitch. Witherspoon? Oh, from the Seahawks. That's who threw it. So, yeah, I think I'm going to call this. And everyone, just want to say good night. And thank you very much for being on my show.